Moving on to our second to last game, we'll be doing a deep dive into. This is an interesting one. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Buffalo to face the Bills. Bills 5.5-point favorites. Over under is 48. Tampa Bay is plus 225 on the money line. Buffalo is minus 275. Technically, this would probably be our worst weather game of the weekend, but it's nothing crazy. But you are getting a Florida team coming up to play in Buffalo, where you're going to be looking at about 45 and rain. Raider Jim, your thoughts? Tampa at Buffalo.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm always on the Baker bandwagon, but I think this is going to be a tough game for them to come out and take over Buffalo in their home stadium. First of all, Buffalo's coming off of that. They're both coming off of losses, and that's not good for anybody. The difference is Tampa Bay's offense has injuries. So that already starts the game off wrong for Tampa Bay. The Bills are at home. We all know that the Bills play pretty darn good at home, whether it's snowing, whether it's sunny, whatever. I think and then what else are we looking at here? The Tampa Bay's I got Tampa. Yeah, I do have Tampa Bay up. Defense, 20th in the league. Defense or offensively, they are good at passing. They're not great, but they're 13th in passing. They're 25th in rushing. Bad thing for Baker Mayfield is the Bills' pass defense is very, very good. So I think he's going to have a long afternoon ahead of him. I think that Josh Allen is going to have a wonderful day. Minus 5.5. I will say Baker's the guy that can make this one close. So I'm going to get that half point. I'm going to take Tampa Bay plus 6 on this one. Over under 48. I think just based on what I saw out of Buffalo the last couple of weeks, I think it's going to be under 48. I'm going to get a half point and go under 48.5. I just don't see either team putting up a whole lot of points. That's just a thought.
Yeah, I actually see it pretty much the same way. I'm also going to buy that half a point. I do believe the weather will be a bit of an issue.
Yes.
But the one thing that jumps out to me, I really do believe that the Bills there's a difference in the way I look at the Bills and the Chiefs, and it's for obvious reasons. But earlier I kind of talked about the Chiefs that, I'm not going to count them out. Even if they lose this week and they're 5-5, I'm still expecting them to somehow win the division, get into the playoffs, and somehow, some way, it'll be Patrick Mahomes and somebody else in the AFC title game. But the Bills, big issue for me is not only that they play down to their opponents, but the fact that they are not the kings in their division anymore, because they got the Patriots that seem to be just reinventing their Belichick-Brady era.
Yeah.
But the biggest issue, I think, for the Bills is their run defense. They are 30th in the league on stopping the run. The Buccaneers, as you mentioned, much better at throwing the ball, but I really do believe that the Buccaneers are going to go about this. It works in their favor if they're able to pound the rock in bad weather, keep the ball out of Josh Allen's hands. I think that has to be their game plan. And in order for them to cover the 6, like you said, and like I agree with, we have to stay under 48. If this game does go over, there's a very real chance that Tampa gets left in the dust because, again, as good as Baker's been, he just doesn't have a whole lot of weapons.
Right.
I think the Buccaneers need to turn this into a 6 to 8 possession game, try and get multiple 5-6 minute drives, even if you only settle for a field goal or something else. Keep Josh Allen on the sideline, pound the rock, make this a grinded out football game. A little counterintuitive to what they do, but that's what you have to do to beat Buffalo in Buffalo with a bad run defense. So give me Buffalo plus 6, or excuse me, Tampa Bay plus 6 and under 48.